Is surgery an option? I don't know why, but I just thought about that when you were talking. I might ask that. That's the last question. Okay, but cool. That's really good. You have your days, but at the same time, like you said, you carried a whole human being for 9 months. So
Hmm.
obviously, it's gonna have some impact, and
Yeah.
you've accepted that fact. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Hmm.
I love
And
it.
then I just replaced it with something that I like on my body.
Which is
So it's
your
like,
booty.
yeah.
I
So
got
it's
you.
like,
She just pointed that out. She just you
yeah.
made that very clear.
Hey, I might have a stomach, but when I turn around, it's a different story. So it's just like, you gotta embrace what you got. I mean, God is not gonna bless us with every single thing.
True.
Yeah,
That's true.
so
That's true. Wow. That's hold your position. I got other questions for you, but hold that. I love it. G, have you ever dealt with loose skin or know somebody that has? And then I guess like what was that perspective? Or your perspective?
Well, so I personally don't have loose skin. Um, have I mean, yeah, I would say like my mom, but like a little bit. She
Mm,
has, but like a tiny, like a very like tiny bit. Like it's
yeah.
nothing crazy. So usually, yes, like a woman who has given birth, like they're
Mm,
gonna have loose skin,
yeah.
because of the baby, like their skin is stretching, like maybe say for 9 months.
Yeah.
Like, that's a long time. It's almost a year.
Yep.
So, and it has to stretch and then it has to go back. So, I mean, that's a lot
Yeah.
on the body.
Mm-hmm.
And also a part of it too is like your deep abdominal muscles that are deep in there, not just like the surface
Mm,
superficial muscles. You have deeper muscles, and they're like that's like going in like really deep into it. But I would say most the women that I do know that have it or have seen
yeah.
on social media, like
Mm-hmm.
it tends to be very hard to deal with
Yeah.
and honestly, like I don't even blame them
Yeah.
because like even I've thought about it because I want kids. And
Mm-hmm.
not gonna lie, I'm like down. Like I don't
Yeah.
want like you know what I mean? Not
Yeah.
gonna like I'm not even gonna lie. I'm being
I
honest,
get
you
it.
know?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, yeah, like we're pushing out a baby.
Come
Like
on.
we're the only gender that can do that. Like like we're so strong and powerful, like, and that's God's biggest blessing. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's okay, it's all fine. And everyone is different too, because that's another thing. Like a lot of women
True,
compare
true.
themselves.
Yeah.
A lot of women
Mhm.
compare themselves, but the reality is there are some women that their stomach can kind of just go back and there's not really much loose skin. That's kind of like my mom. Like,
Wow.
but then there are
Mm.
other women where it just
It
it
just
doesn't go
doesn't.
back
Yeah.
as fast or it just never like looks the same or there
Looks
are
the
stretch
same.
marks all over the stomach, whatever.
Hmm.
But again, I mean, it just all goes back to the big picture, which is pushing a baby. So I feel like, it's easier said than done, but it's better to look at the big picture and not just fixate on like the little things because in the end, like, does that really matter?
Mm. Mm. So would you say you fear loose skin because you're like you never dealt with it? You know, you seen your mom with it, and you said that yeah, you also aren't looking forward to it. It sounds like. So would you say you fear it? Or are you saying like, man, this is gonna be a part of my life where I'm like I may struggle with body dysmorphia, or I may have to fight it, or may be more aware of it. Like, is that what you're saying?
Well, with that, it's like, at least in my opinion, like you got to be careful with that
Yeah.
because you can like your mind's very powerful. If you
Yep.
keep saying stuff, you're gonna experience it. If I keep saying I'm gonna have body
Mm,
dysmorphia when I have a baby, then guess what? I'm gonna have body dysmorphia. Like, you know what I
mm,
mean? Like you have to be
mm.
careful what you profess upon yourself.
Yeah.
So that's just
Mm-hmm.
my opinion. Words are very powerful. So I wouldn't
Mm.
say that, but like, of course, like I'm a woman, like I've thought about it, but that's not
Wow.
gonna stop me from having a baby though. Like I want kids no matter what. And my
Mm.
husband better love me the way I look no matter what, because I just pushed out these kids. So you know what I mean? Like that's just it. But what I'm trying to say is what I'm trying to say though is it's completely like normal to
Yeah.
have that natural reaction because
Yeah.
like even me right now, like I look a certain way, like I'm used to the way my stomach looks right now. So when you experience that after giving birth, like you're not used to it. So it's normal to naturally be a little like insecure and kind of like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's natural, it's
Yeah.
normal, but I do
Mm.
feel like at some point it's just you know,
That's
it's not
good.
the end all be all. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's good. I'm glad we talking about this. I'm glad I even have all different type of perspectives. People who've dealt with it, people who haven't dealt with it. That's good. Already, you and MayMay are completely different. She has a baby, you don't. She's dealt with it, you haven't. Like, it's good to get all these different perspectives, and I hope people who are listening are taking that in because I see it. I see it all throughout social media. Now let's get over into the guys. You know what I'm saying? Because we deal with it too. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen it. I know some guys that literally won't even jump because they're just like, it just, I don't even want it to be flapping around. You know, I don't even want people seeing it. All right, bro, where are you with that, man? Like, you were at a pretty heavier set in terms of like your fat percentage, and then you like obviously dropped a really significant amount of weight. Did you experience it at all, bro?
Yeah, I still actually have the stretch marks.
Oh,
They're actually right here, like on in the oblique section. Right here on my, actually on both sides. To be honest with you, I can still feel
wow, wow.
them. Even when I got all the way down to 139,
Mm,
they were still there. It's
wow.
not like they went away or anything. And
Yeah,
then, yeah, dude, because don't get me wrong, when I got all that when the weight was dropping, that was the first thing I looked at. I was like, man, I wonder if these things are going to tighten up.
yeah, yeah,
And no, never did. Still stood the same and just kept it the way, I really didn't look at it like as a problem or like I took it as a problem. I just figured, all right, cool. You know what I mean? I just embraced it. All right, it's gonna be with me for the rest of
mm,
my life. I said, man,
yeah,
because I ain't going no lower than 139.
yeah,
I mean, I'm not going that low. You know what I mean? I said, if it's
yeah.
still there then, it's like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
cool. It's just gonna be with me for the rest of my life. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I mean, those were the stretch marks because I was at 191 pounds, and
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that was the first thing I noticed when I actually the weight started dropping. I think when I hit the first plateau at 156,
Wow.
and I knew the weight was dropping, and then I felt it. I like when I was showering, I was scrubbing the body. I was like, what the hell
Yep.
was that?
Yep.
I mean, what the
Yep.
hell is that? And I mean, I looked. I said, holy shit, I got stretch marks.
Yeah.
I said, "Holy shit," But like I said, I just embrace it that it's just gonna be with me. You know what I mean, for the rest of my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
As far as the loose skin, that's a different angle at it because a person, I don't know. For me, what I think is that it's what like I try to tell somebody when they're in their weight loss journey. Basically, like how I just helped my buddy. Like, hey, look, we're gonna eat this amount of much. We're gonna eat a lot of calories because
Mm-hmm.
once we start losing the weight, I don't want
Mm-hmm.
you to lose weight so fast where you know what I mean. Your bone density is gonna be losing too. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Because that can cause the loose skin. I don't know if you
Wow.
ever see the people who get the just like how your next question is going to be, or I don't know where you're going with that question, but the people who go for the surgery and stuff like that, and they get
Yep.
the tummy tuck and
Yep.
stuff like that, and
Mm-hmm.
they take those pills or whatever, and it's supposed to like shrink your stomach, and then you lose all that weight, and then to be honest with you, it looks pretty nasty because
Yes.
like it's like they're aging because their skin is like crinkling up and stuff like that because they're losing
Wow.
so much weight. They're losing so
Wow.
much weight too quick.
Too quick.
You're not supposed to lose
Mm.
all that weight that fast.
Wow.
That's like when
Mm.
we put somebody in a calorie deficit, we only goes with the deficit no more than 500. Because after that you're getting a little extreme where you're going to be losing some of your gains. You're going to be losing muscle mass. You're going to be losing skeletal mass. You're going to be losing a lot of stuff when you take those calories past that. That's why I go with a 300. So for you don't like somebody who's been putting in work for a little bit. I don't want you to lose all your gains, which you done got. So we're going to decrease these calories by 300, 300, 300, and we're just going to keep on at that because you can lose your muscle mass, you can lose your skeletal mass, everything. Then that's when the loose skin starts to sag because you drop too much weight and rapidly.
Wow. Wow. Wow, bro. You just hit a lot of good stuff there. Wow. Yeah, the
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
because everybody thinks it's a calorie deficit. They'd be like, oh, "Okay, I'm in a 1,000 calorie deficit." It's like, no, that's like dangerous. You know what I'm saying? That is real dangerous from keeping restricting your body from that many calories. Yeah, if you've been a seasoned vet and you've been going from 3,000 calories all the way down to 1,700, that's a different story. Your body has
Mm-hmm.
actually progressed all the way down there, and then it's maintaining it and you're feeding it. But
Yeah.
once you say you're at 3,000 calories and you drop it down to like a 1,400 calorie deficit, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
what is that? Your calorie deficit 1,600? God dang, you know what I mean? You're in danger, bro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's
Yeah.
like the body's not meant to handle that big of a deficit.
My goodness, bro. This is like what great stuff. Like that's actually a really good thing. Like you're going into the negative side of losing weight. That's actually where you're heading, like the negative side of calorie deficit. And you wouldn't think that it would be negative, right? You people hear that word and it's like, oh, losing weight. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do all this and that. But like you said, losing it too fast could probably be one of the very reasons that lead to loose skin. That
Hmm.
drastic loose skin, which causes
Yeah.
you to look older, which causes you to probably plummet into body dysmorphia because your body didn't adapt. Whereas if you would have taken a slower amount of time, goes back, Giselle, goes back to overtime, right? What we're talking about on live, like taking your time, not trying to do things too fast.
Yeah.
You know, if you slowly progress to something in fitness, your body can adjust, which could probably decrease that body dysmorphia that comes with this huge weight loss, skin dripping, aspect. Whereas if you do something like surgery or bro, we can go a lot of places with what you just said.
Yeah, and it's just like I said too. That could get dangerous, man. And then that's why I emphasize a lot and not. I'm all against it because you know what I mean. It's like, why are you gonna go pay something, and then 9 times out of 10 you're gonna go and you're gonna shrink your stomach and your appetite and decrease your appetite. Next thing you know, you can barely eat 3 pieces of watermelon, and your
Wow,
body's telling you you're full because you know your stomach. And then it's
because your
like when
stomach.
you could have actually did this naturally
Oh
by increasing
man.
your metabolism and then
Ooh,
just dropping
wow.
the weight just
Mm.
normally. You know what I mean? It's like you were. I don't get me started on
No, this is
that.
good, man. This is good because I forgot about that, like how people actually cut their stomach in half. Like
Yeah,
you actually cut some of your stomach away, and then like all for the sake, and then of course the stomach's going to stretch again, right? Like eventually it's going to go back to it. So it kind of will almost be for nothing if you think about it. I get life threatening situations. I get it where it may be immediate and it needs to be had right away before there's a death. I get that aspect of it, but dang, all right, bro. Yeah, you're giving us you're traversing into another territory. I think that I love. I actually really love. Um,
yeah, I could get deep on it just because the simple fact that it's like I don't think why I don't understand why a lot of people go that route. It's like they want the quick fix and don't want to hurry up and well don't they want the quick fix and don't want to put in the work to actually do it naturally. You know, it just blows my mind on that when you're paying thousands of dollars when all
mm,
you have to do is just learn our 3 keys. And you know what I mean, the success to in fitness, discipline.
mm,
You know
mm,
what I mean, discipline, consistency. You know,
mm,
it's just
mm,
know your calories. It's like,
mm,
and this is all could be taught to you, man.
mm,
So
mm, bro. This is good, man. This is good. This is good. Okay. Then actually this leads me to my next question. Actually, what you said leads exactly into it. Um, and I'll go back to you, MayMay. With your loose skin or with loose skin in general, like let's just put it that way for people you may know or you yourself, even with some of the things we've just had mentioned with Giselle and Art, is it something that can just go away? Is it something that just over time goes away? Or have you noticed that with yourself, with your loose skin or with other people loose skin? Has it just over time went away? Did they have to do something to kind of make it go away? What have you seen? Or what's your perspective?
Um, for me, I don't know. For me, I can just like see the shape of the hourglass now that I'm like lifting heavy and I'm eating right. So I don't know if it's gonna
Mm,
go away,
mm,
but
mm-hmm.
I can't speak on it because I haven't experienced it
You
yet.
haven't
So
experienced it.
yeah.
Mm.
And then the people that I follow, they did lipo. So
Oh
like
wow.
yeah, so it's like,
Mm.
I don't know. It
Wow.
might go away. Hopefully it does.
Yeah, she said, hopefully.
Hopefully it does.
No, but I love that. I love that. I love that you're speaking from your own experience. And even the people you saw, you said that they've done lipo.
hmm
Wow. Wow. Okay. Yeah, because I don't know
I
this.
don't think
I don't know.
I don't think I will ever do lipo, to be honest, because I thought about it though. I'm gonna just be honest.
Yeah.
I did my own little research, and I'm just like, um, no, I want to put in the work and see what I get out of it. If God doesn't want me to have a flat stomach with abs, then I'm just like, you know what, fuck it. You gonna
Mm,
love me for who I am. If not, there's other people.
hmm Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Exactly. I love that, man. I love how raw you stay raw. I love it. I love it. I love it for real. Giselle, you the trainer here, so let us know. Like, I know you haven't dealt with loose skin, but is it something that just goes away based off of the people you've, observed, or you yourself and the knowledge you know? Is it something that just goes away? Is it something that you have to do? What do you know about it? Mm-hmm.
As far as I know, I mean, you can definitely try strength training because
Mm,
as long as you're building muscle, your your muscle's gonna be more like firm versus if you have like a lot of
mm-hmm.
fat on you. Like
Mm-hmm.
fat is what makes it whatever body part, like fat is what makes you jiggly. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like when you have
Yeah.
muscle, you're more defined and stuff. But even then though, honestly, I don't think it can, I mean, it depends how much a person it depends on how much loose skin a person has. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know to what extent will it like help. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
really don't know.
Yeah.
So, that part I'm not too sure. I'm sure
Mm.
it helps a little bit, but I mean, if people are getting lipo and stuff, it's probably because it doesn't fully
Doesn't
go
fully
away.
go. Wow.
You know
Wow.
what I mean?
Wow. That's a hard truth to accept. If what you're saying, it's like, damn, that's hard to accept.
Again, I mean, I mean, I don't know. It depends how much loose skin a person has. I don't,
Has.
you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I'm not too sure,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but yeah. I mean, you can just definitely try strength training and stuff like that.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Look, you probably just added to the fear, but nah, I'm fine, I'm fine. Like, nah, you didn't. But it's something worth, yeah, something worth definitely going into. I haven't done the research. I was hoping one of y'all maybe knew a bit more, but even what you all are saying, it does sound valid. But yeah, does it fully go away? Like that's the question. Art, I know you kind of was talking about it and you were kind of getting a bit deeper into the surgery aspect of it, but naturally, does it just go away, or is there something that a person can do?
Um, that's a really good question because like I've seen a lot of transformations and like definitely where they did it like how I was explaining like way their calories were real low is that their stomach is just like whoa. It's like really loose skin. But then I have seen transformations after that where the abs started coming in, and then because I mean, he's the body percent fat is going down, so the abdominals are coming in, and they're starting to come in, and then you could see a big difference when his abs
Mm,
started to come in than where he shredded all well didn't when he lost all that weight,
yeah.
and then I
Mm-hmm.
was like, man, it's going away,
Mm,
but you know what I mean? You can
mm,
still see it. Is it going to be ever permanently? I don't know. Like I haven't, I follow him and
yeah.
actually, I mean, he's actually doing really good.
Wow. Mm,
But he's another well, not inspired me to know what I do know about this because he was on there saying that he did it all the wrong way. The reason why he got, I mean, it looks the way he looks.
wow. Mm,
Like, yeah, that's why I was like, God dang, that could literally happen. But is it permanently? I don't know. Like, I haven't been in the game that long to actually
mm,
say that, or
mm.
actually seen it on the net or
Yeah.
anywhere, you know what I mean?
Anywhere.
Because
Yeah.
a lot of people
Mhm.
will be scared to post that. Like, hey,
Absolutely. Yeah.
and like the first thing I always do is give somebody their props. So then, sure enough, and I was like, man, hey, kudos to you, bro, for actually having the man thing, the
Mm-hmm.
why, having the balls to
Mm-hmm.
fucking
Having the
post
balls to
that
do.
picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
that takes what I mean, some pride right there. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
man.
But from where you're at, and I mean, your fitness journey, that's awesome. So, is it permanent? I don't know. Like I couldn't give you that answer.
Wow. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do a little more digging on this, but what you all are saying, I appreciate. Again,
But just like
I
how G said though, the building the muscle, and when his abs started to come in, you could tell that
right,
it's not as fully as once it was because the muscles
exactly.
are starting to come in.
Exactly. Exactly. It does seem like the muscles can probably lift the skin. Maybe they
Hmm.
can, in some sense, aid in that pulling or the tightness of the skin. You know what I'm saying? But I love that. I love that y'all even admitted that y'all don't know. I know it's very rare that I ask a question that we actually stumble upon and say like, I don't really know. But I love that y'all actually admit that because for people who are dealing with loose skin, they're gonna watch this, and I know, again, it could be something that you really struggle with. It's like, man, I don't want to go to the beach. I don't even want people to see me when I'm about to take a shower. Like I don't even want to be intimate. I know people who don't even want to be intimate with people because of the loose skin. You know what I'm saying? Like just that aspect of like insecurity. But yeah, I love it. And another thing about this, I'll go this way just a little bit, but I'm not sure if you ever thought about this. But I feel like some people can use that as an excuse. They can use loose skin as a reason why they shouldn't lose weight. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't want to experience this. I feel like I'll look even more disgusting after the drop. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see people going into that territory. Like, man, if this is never going to go away, then I'd just rather keep looking thick. Let's put it that like, I'd rather just keep looking thick or have some level of tightness to where I don't have to drop this weight. And so they can use that as an excuse. You know what I'm saying? Just where the mind can go. So I think us saying what we're saying, it it helps eliminate those excuses. It helps eliminate it. Um, but yeah, this is good. Okay. Maybe back to you. Do you feel like you can avoid loose skin altogether? Do you feel like there's a way to just avoid it? Um, in any way, I guess, in your own personal experiences. And let me know if you want me to elaborate on that.
Yeah. Um, I don't understand the question. Like, what do you mean avoid it?
Do you feel like you can avoid it in the sense of like, are there things that people can do to perhaps make sure that the skin stays tight? I guess if you want to say, maybe not getting fat in the first place, that would probably be like the first, or not being overweight to begin with in the first place would probably be like the easiest thing to say. But I guess
Mhm.
it's in some sense, maybe like, is there something that a person can do to help minimize the chance of loose skin, if you know of anything?
Just eat healthy and work out, and I don't know, like don't. That's a good question. I never.
No, it's fine.
I
Yeah,
feel like so. You basically what you're saying is like ways to avoid it, ways to
exactly. Because okay, like for instance, you experienced it with pregnancy. Do you think
keep
there's a
your
way?
legs closed.
Say it again. What you
I
say?
said keep your legs closed. That's the only way. And then,
Well, Becca's on the roll today, boy.
Hey,
Boy,
hey,
yeah.
that's a snippet, bro. That's a snippet right there. That's a
Well,
snippet.
well, my girl say it doesn't matter if don't have that, but I still got this butt.
yeah.
How do you stop that, man? Keep your legs closed. Becca's on the roll today.
But I guess just I feel like when you get into a certain point in life,
Oh
right?
man.
Let's say you're like, I guess you're gaining weight, and then you get to a certain point, you should stop.
Good.
You should stop and
Mm,
like, I don't know, work on yourself, I guess. If you don't want to get to the point
mm,
where, hey, I don't want to have this body no more, you know?
So you think there's a certain type of fat percentage where it's like maybe if
Mhm.
you can avoid getting to this certain level.
Like
Um
for example, the people on that one show, My 600 Pound Life.
oh yeah.
Yeah, that, and then there's another one. Is it that one? Yeah. It's like that's ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
to that point of
Yeah.
weight, like, no. That
Yeah.
that is for me is just I mean, if you want to do that, go ahead, do it by all means. But it's just like, what did you expect to get out of it? You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
What is it? The Biggest Loser, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen
wait,
that.
there's a
Yeah.
show called The Biggest Loser.
Yeah,
Yep.
something like that.
Hmm.
Well, no,
Hmm.
well, it's not. It's not what it sounds like. It's like
Yeah.
these people are just like extremely overweight, and then they
Yep.
challenge themselves to drop the weight.
Hmm.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like I seen one episode where one of the ladies, her husband was like over here cooking and bringing her the food and doing all the necessary stuff or whatever, and then
Hmm.
she is not even able to get up and take a shower.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, no, that is unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is unacceptable. You shouldn't be sitting down here, on your ass and waiting to get to that point of life where you can't even do
Mm.
nothing for yourself, you
Mm.
know. And then homegirl still like eating unhealthy. She
Yeah.
had like 3 plates. And it's
Yeah.
just like,
Hmm.
yeah, so if you don't want to get to that point, just don't
Just
sit
don't.
there
Yeah.
and stuff your mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. Going back to the Giselle discipline. Yeah, make sure you have that. And
Hmm.
Giselle, what would you say? Is there anything that a person can do to avoid it for people who may be overweight right now and they're afraid that if they lose the weight, or maybe people who aren't overweight yet, but they're like, man, I never want to get that. Do you think there's anything that a person can do to actually avoid that? Avoid losing skin?
Um, I think ultimately you shouldn't have that type of mindset. Like, I never want to get to that point because that's just the body doing something naturally. There are
Mm.
just some things you can't
Okay.
stop
Okay.
too.
Mm.
So I feel like that alone is not a good mindset to start with.
Wow.
That's just my
That's
opinion. You
good.
know what I mean?
That's
Like,
good. Hmm.
um, again, like all these things, like it's easier said than done to not have that mindset, but it's
Absolutely. Yeah.
like realistically, like that's not going to do anything for you if you keep having that type of mindset. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Um, it's just the body doing its thing.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do? The body, I don't know. I feel like people need to appreciate their body more. Like they don't
Wow.
understand, like your
Mm.
body does so much for you on its own. Like you're not voluntarily
Mm.
telling your heart to beat, it's beating for
Yeah.
you.
That's true.
Like,
Hmm.
you
That's true. That's
know what
true.
I mean? Like the
Hmm.
body amazes me. It's crazy, but there's a lot of things that the body does that we
Mm.
don't tell it to do. You know what I mean?
Facts.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. But like ultimately, I would say, I mean, besides what I said before, like building muscle and all that, I think the only way you can like try to like reduce the chances is like
Mm.
what kind of like what Art said, like losing weight like at a reasonable, decent rate.
Mm. I was thinking
Because
about
if
that.
you because I think yeah, if you do lose it too fast, then that probably like increases the chances. So just keep it reasonable.
That's good. That's good.
um yeah, a proper healthy weight loss, you're supposed to lose 1 to 2 pounds per week. So that means
Wow.
in 1 month you should only be losing like 8 to 10 pounds.
Wow.
So people that are over here posting lose 30 pounds in 1 month, that is not healthy. You should not
Mm.
be doing that.
Mm.
So yeah, that's what I would say.
That's good. That's good, man.
Mhm.
That is really good. Again, going back to speed versus um pace. You know what I'm saying? Pacing yourself, but at the same time getting the same results and actually getting better results because you actually were slower in getting the results. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so funny how life works like that. You get people who try to get results faster end up worse off
Hurting
than
themselves.
yeah,
Yeah.
hurting themselves than the people who actually go slower to get the same results.
Slow and steady wins the race, right?
Come on, man. What is it? The hare and the tortoise? That story where
Yeah,
like
that story. Yeah, it's
yeah,
like it's so cliche, but it's so true. It's
it's
like
so
slow and
true.
steady wins the race.
Come
It's
on.
more sustainable.
Come
It's more
on.
healthy. You build
Preach.
more
Come
discipline. You
on.
build more confidence.
It's true.
She
Like you
actually
I have people who are telling me like, girl, you've been in the gym for like more than 3 years
Yeah.
and you haven't lost nothing. And then it's like, first off,
that's rude.
Yeah, that's rude.
yeah, my brother
Yeah.
does that all the time. Elise, if you're listening to this one is for you. And he be like,
Dang.
yeah,
Listen,
I'm putting
brother.
him out. Yeah. He'd be like, "You've been in the gym and you still looking
Mhm.
the same." And it's like, at first I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing, you
Yeah.
know. I
Wow.
was doing all these Instagram and YouTube shit that
Mhm.
wasn't even helping me at all.
Mhm.
And I recently like started losing weight properly when I downloaded TikTok. So thank
Mm.
God for TikTok.